Hey, it's Jackie with Salutio. In this video, I'm going to review 3 menu types in terms of being able to create maybe a custom URL for something like a survey or might be something different on your website. I know that St. Bernard, however you want to pronounce it, they do a lot of these on their website, what we're going to call single article menu items. Sorry, I'm letting my computer catch up. Okay, so this one, if you look at the bottom left-hand corner, as I hover over these, it tells where these are going to go. And so they have a page called streaming. And that can be set up a couple of ways. So in our menus, usually on the main menu, if this is going to appear in this drop down, the main thing in the main menu is going to appear in this drop down. So usually if you want kind of a hidden link, it's probably not going to be on your main menu. We're going to go to like the hidden or the secondary menu. By default, our hidden menu items usually are the items we have to have for the site to function right. Usually that's a documents, a search, a login, and a couple of other things. Like the rotator has to have somewhere it can go to if you activate a read more on it. So a couple of these that are here are single article, but I also want to point out an article blog. How would I set up an article blog from scratch? I'm going to press new in the top left hand corner. This is going to be a sample, and alias we can leave blank, or if you want to customize this is going to be my custom URL. You can make it whatever you want it to be. No capital letters, no spaces. If you want a dash, you can have a dash instead. Then we're going to select the menu type. By default, most all of our pages are displaying a category of articles. So I'm going to show you that one first. A category blog. Here, if it doesn't already exist, we're going to create the new category. So this is the placeholder, the folder, the organization by which this article is separate from all the other articles in the article manager. So I'm going to choose just name it sample. I'm going to choose save and close. And then here, the only other thing we usually change is the show title setting we set to use article settings. You can also double check to make sure you're using the default outline. In this instance, there's not more than one to choose from, so we're just going to use the main outline there. So I'm going to save and close that, and then we should have, remember I made it custom URL, not sample, this page here created. So I can put one or more articles on this page. The page is going to continue to exist regardless of an article, if an article is published or unpublished. That's a category blog menu item. The second one I want to show you is the single article one. So we might have created an article that you want to display. So we might, I don't know if that exists yet or not. If it does, we'll select that article. If it doesn't, we might even have the option to create that article from here as well. So this is going to be sample 2 single article is my alias. I'm going to select for my articles menu item types. I'm going to just display a single article. So this could be, maybe you have a news item or a headline or a rotator that you want to display by itself at its own URL instead of like /news. Whoops, if we go back to their homepage. I think that was a recent feast. Sorry, my computer just has to catch up. So this one is /news Feast of St. Bernard. So a person could have made this just be feast if they wanted to, if they had made a single article menu item. So this is a different website, so I can't do it from there too, but I could make this feast and then go select an article from my headlines, which we've got several in here. Stations of the Cross, I'll use that one. And I'm going to save that. And this one's going to be, what did I call it? Feast. So there's our Stations of the Cross article that's there. Now, if this article gets unpublished, this page is going to throw a 404 error, which I can show you what that looks like. It's going to look like this. So Really, the reason we prefer a category blog over a single article menu item is that if the article gets unpublished, we still have a working page that's not an error page on the site. And lastly, this was the survey before that. So this jot form also, a person could have also taken the jot form URL and made a menu item. So I'm just going to change this one. That is under system links, an external URL. So I'm trying to remember. I'll just use this as my example. My external URL is this. So I'm going to try this. I think if it works correctly. If I type in the word feast here, this should, no. So external URL menu items only work if it's something that a person could click on, and then it'll take them outside of your website. So an external URL is not a good use for trying to direct someone to a link that's outside your website if it's just something they would type in to get to. I hope that's helpful. I hope that makes sense. Let me know what questions you have. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.